Good morning, you guys. So I am making breakfast because it's the freaking weekend. And what we got here, we got some broccoli, we got mushrooms, we got potatoes, we got garlic, we got the butter. You know, I love seasonings, so look at the olive oil in the corner. I mean, you know, I try to use it. I will put the olive oil on. Let me bring the olive oil out so y'all don't think I'm lying. I'm gonna put the olive oil on my veggies, and then we're gonna put this butter here on the potatoes, and I'm putting garlic in to the potatoes because I love garlic. I make the veggies on the side because Ken doesn't eat vegetables, so the vegetables are for me. I'm not gonna like make vegetables for someone that doesn't eat them. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's not gonna eat them. We agreed that when we have children, he will eat what I make for the family, but until then, you know, I don't mind leaving the vegetables out. That's his health. I try to, you know, infuse things, make things as healthy as possible, but you know, he's a grown-ass man, so. Anyways, yeah. I'll show you guys the finished product because I'm a foodie. Follow my foodie account, Danie Steel on Instagram. You know, I love food. All right, I'll show you guys the finished product later. All right, guys, so voila, finished product, okay? This is hubby's plate. He's got 3 pieces of toast, potatoes, bacon, eggs, cheese on top. You know what I'm saying? I have 1 piece of toast, okay, and I might not even finish it. Bacon, eggs, you know, I couldn't make it look beautiful for you guys because my husband wants to eat, so I gotta get going. All right, voila. The guy that's fixing my house right now, okay? Whatever, there's like a problem going on. Just asked me to lie to the landlord so he can get paid more. Unbelievable. Hey guys, I'm always hustling. I'm in Harlem right now. Harlem World to quit. This is 125th and Broadway, so it's a little empty for Harlem. Kind of a different side of Harlem than I'm used to. I'm used to the side with black people. All right, so like I was saying, I'm in Harlem. You can't tell by the aesthetics. There are gas stations in Manhattan, but there's not that many. So if you're driving in New York, you probably want to get gas before you come into the city, period. But if you don't, there's a gas station in the West Village or on 14th Street. And there are gas stations up near Harlem. So this is one of them. One of the things that I love about New York City is like just meeting people from different hoods and different boroughs. Train! New York City shit. Yeah, so I feel like when you grow up in the hood, you like kind of don't realize that like every hood is not the same. And I feel like people from New York don't really understand that like their hood or their hoods are vastly different than other hoods. So one of the things that's different about their hoods is that it's not a total food desert in Harlem or Brooklyn or the Bronx the way that it is in a lot of other hoods, low-income communities, ghettos, whatever word you associate it with it. So in most hoods, like the ones I grew up in, they're food deserts. And there's a lot of food insecurity. So there's no grocery stores to go to, you know. I saw grocery stores very rarely when I was growing up. Yeah, so it's trying to figure out where I'm gonna go. So when I talk about, you know, my experience growing up in the hood, it's a bit different. Also, you know, just from my awesome friendships with people that I've met here from the city, you know, without a doubt, the nicest people that I've met, you know, have been from the Bronx and Brooklyn and Harlem, born and raised, you know. you know, it's New York City. There's so much life. This is like where rap started, you know, in the Bronx. Black people started rap in the Bronx, you know. So it's like other hoods, they don't have that esteem, you know. You can't be like, well, we started rap here, you know. It's just like hard times. I'm headed back home now. I just met with a friend who I don't know if he's seen my channel yet. He was born and raised in Queens, and you know, people from the city, I feel like, have been just a bit more understanding than most people that I've met in my life about, you know, how I grew up in foster care, but like around wealthy white people at the same time. So that's something that people born and raised in New York can kind of relate to more than other people from other hoods when it comes to me, because in New York, you're in such close proximity to people with money, you know, and that's how I grew up, very poor, in very close proximity to people with money. And that's not something that everyone in every hood experiences. So when we talk about reparations, right, because that's something that I believe in, outside of whatever agendas or codes anyone else thinks, at the end of the day, that's going to bring equality to a people that need it. I also want to talk about Todd and Candy and their children, okay? Why? Because I was watching Housewives of Atlanta, and I saw the episode where Todd's daughter was talking about how he ignores her. And I know Candy ain't having that. You know, this is a couple, this is a family that I really admire. I love watching her daughter's videos here on YouTube. And so it's like, why would y'all even tolerate him doing that? You know, as fucked up as my brothers have done me personally, we always made it clear to them that you're not going to be disrespecting women in my presence. You're not going to be putting your hands on women. Of course, he's not doing that. She's his daughter. He's taking care of her. But it's like, why are you ignoring your daughter? Who's she supposed to turn to when she needs it? And, you know, she has a mother who clearly loves her and spends time with her. But that's, you know, irrelevant to what you're doing. I feel like black men are coddled by black women emotionally, definitely, without a doubt. Financially, I can't speak to that. While that could have been my path, I'm not taking care of nobody, so boop. So I can't relate. But emotionally, you know, I know for me, and the only experience I can really speak on at this point is with my brothers, and that I feel like they emotionally drain me and want to emotionally drain me and don't think that there's anything that they have to give me. I didn't give birth to y'all. You see what I'm saying? She didn't give birth to you, Todd. You gave birth to her. So it doesn't matter that she's a black woman. You owe her something because she's your daughter. Just like my deadbeat, good for nothing father, right? With Todd does not relate to my deadbeat father at all. But it's the same kind of pain I can see within her. Well, what's going to happen is you're going to lose the trust. You know, you're going to lose the trust. Because how can I trust somebody that talks to me at will? And one day you will find that she's not going to talk to you. It's the same thing happened with my family. My family insisted that, you know, they would tell me, because I didn't date before Ken, you know, I did not date. I was waiting for men to ask me out, period. And men didn't ask me out, so I didn't date. I'm not asking a man out, so I don't know what to tell you. I would call my family a lot. Anybody that knows me knows basically how obsessed I was, like, with family, with my family, my brothers and sisters, anyone. You can ask them. They were like, you talk about your siblings all the time. And I would call them all the time, and they'd be like, oh my God, get a life, get a boyfriend. I swear to God, this is shit that they would say to me. So now that I'm in my mid-30s, going on my mid-30s, and I got a boyfriend, and I got a life, and I moved to New York, and I did my own thing because I was never accepted for who I am. So there was no reason for me to stay around a bunch of people who can't accept me for who I am. After I did all of that, get a boyfriend. Why you care about what I do? Get a boyfriend, get a life. I did that, and I did more than that. I got a husband, okay, that cares about me.
and that I set all standards by. After I did that, it's attitude problems out the wazoo. That wasn't good enough neither. So eventually what you have is just, there's no more communication. Because I went out of my way for years to people who purposely ignored me at their whim. That shit gets tiring. And what ended up happening was, I'm not going to keep reaching out and depleting my energies, you know? And because that's what they expect, they're not going to reach out. So there's just no communication. And that's how it is for me in most of my interactions with people. So, oh well then, we won't speak, because I'll be damned if I keep reaching out to people. I know my text messages. I'm not missing text messages or calls. So, you know, Todd has to be careful, because that could happen. You see what I'm saying? Your daughter could be like, you know, this is not a person I can really trust. And you don't want that on some toxic masculinity energy-ish. You don't want that. So do what you can for your daughter. You know what I'm saying? Reach out to her. Don't ever let a day go by without you talking to your daughter. Dr. Phil talked to both his grown-ass sons every day. You know what I'm saying? He's got a lot of money coming in, so they want to talk to him every day. You don't have Dr. Phil money, and your daughter wants to talk to you anyways. I think that's amazing. So talk to your daughter. You know? All right. You're not going to ignore Candy for months at a time. That's not your flesh and blood. That's not your daughter. Ooh, that should piss me off. Todd, don't do that. Y'all was one of my favorite black power couples, and you still are. I like the way y'all move. I like y'all. People be like, oh, why she let Todd do this with the money and do that and that? Don't worry about that. That's their relationship. It's still working. As long as he hasn't played her yet, it's still working. So, you know what I'm saying? Her money is his money. His money is her money. That's how they see it. So don't worry about that. But come on, man. You gotta do better by your daughter. Come on. This is gonna be a beautiful black woman. And prepare her to be the queen that she's gonna be. You know what I'm saying? Oh, my car's here. Gotta go. Thank you.
I just okay boomered what looks to be clearly a 13-year-old. So there's that. Can't make this stuff up. I didn't want to do it, you know, but they were like, oh, this is TikTok. I'm like, okay, boomer, like, I know it's TikTok. Have you seen my videos? No, you've seen this one video. I know it's TikTok, boomer. Like, okay, boomer, you know? And then I like went to their page to be like, what the hell, boomer? Like, what kind of boomer videos do you make? And it was like a fucking 13-year-old. A 13-year-old lecturing me about the internet, about civility and conduct over the internet. Tell me how I'm supposed to breathe with no air.